Late night drug bust in Scarborough. Elderly woman escapes Bonaccord fire. Tobago chamber head gives warning, and major housing projects announced. Good evening, I am Kristen Solandi. Thank you for joining us here for the Tobago Updates television news for Friday 27th of June 2025. Now to our top story this evening. Members of the Tobago Gang Intelligence Unit, under the direction of a senior officer, intercepted a white Honda Civic near the Scarborough port at around 9 p.m. on Thursday, June 26th. This bust comes following days of surveillance. During a search of the vehicle in question, officers discovered a hidden compartment in the trunk designed to resemble a gas tank. Inside, they uncovered 61 packets of compressed cannabis, weighing a total of 33 kilograms. The drugs are estimated to have a street value of approximately 1.15 million TT dollars. The vehicle, illicit substances, and the suspect were taken to the Sherburne Road Police Station. Investigations are ongoing. An emergency evacuation exercise was recently conducted at the Speyside Beach facility as part of efforts to improve disaster preparedness in the area. Speyside is known for being prone to natural disasters and had no previous evacuation plan. The drill, led by local authorities and the Tobago Emergency Management Agency TTRA, tested evacuation routes and safety protocols. AMPLIA has the details.
The community of Speyside, previously without an official evacuation plan, welcomed the recent intervention by the Tobago Emergency Management Agency, TTRA, Community Emergency Response Team, CERT, fire officers, and police officers. Residents expressed appreciation as the agencies guided them on how to take necessary precautions and better prepare for potential disasters. The exercise marked a critical step forward in enhancing the community's emergency readiness.
I believe the exercise would have impacted the community or the villagers within a positive realm. They now have the ability, or there are persons within the community or within that space, to now lead, aid, and assist in an evacuation, because they now have a better understanding as to what to do if they are to evacuate.
This initiative was designed to raise awareness within the community and prepare residents for the possibility of a natural disaster. With Speyside being one of the areas most vulnerable to such events, the exercise aimed to equip individuals with the knowledge and tools needed to respond effectively in times of crisis. Officials emphasized the importance of community readiness, noting that early planning and coordination can significantly reduce risk and save lives.
To impart knowledge upon persons within the community to build their resilience, so they now have the ability to understand what are the warning signs of a tsunami, what you should do, and practically where you should go within that community to ensure that you are safe from any of the adverse effects.
TTRA GIS specialist Daria Mitchell, who coordinated the exercise, emphasized that the ultimate goal is to conduct similar evacuation drills in communities across Tobago. He noted that initiatives like these are vital to ensuring all residents are informed, prepared, and capable of responding effectively in the face of a natural disaster. AMPLIA, Tobago Updates Television News.
80-year-old Eloise McClatchy-Wills is safe after a fire completely destroyed her Bonaccord home on Thursday morning. According to police reports, McClatchy-Wills, who lives with dementia, was seen burning documents outside her house shortly before the blaze broke out. Witnesses said McClatchy-Wills returned inside the house moments before the flames rapidly engulfed the property. However, swift action by fire officers from the Scarborough fire station helped contain the blaze, but the house sustained extensive damage, with an estimated 80% destroyed. Preliminary losses are valued at just under $1 million. McClatchy-Wills was unharmed but was later taken to the Scarborough General Hospital for a psychiatric evaluation following concerns expressed by family members. Authorities are continuing investigations into the cause of the fire. We bring you inspiring news from the Shore Park Cultural Complex, where Signal Hill Secondary School celebrated its graduating class of 2025. The ceremony, themed Beacons of Change from the Hilltop to New Horizons, marked a significant milestone for these young adults, many of whom began their secondary education during the challenging COVID-19 pandemic.
The atmosphere at the Shore Park Cultural Complex yesterday was charged with excitement and pride as the Signal Hill Secondary School's class of 2025 embraced their graduation day. This cohort, notably unique for beginning their secondary journey amidst the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, has truly lived up to their theme, Beacons of Change, from the Hilltop to New Horizons.
Today, as this graduation class is about to enter into their new season, I saw the theme Beacons of Change. And as I would have come with my heart to release a blessing upon these young men and young women, as I saw them marching in, I indeed saw a glimmer of hope.
Principal Mrs. Ariana Ford then delivered an insightful and heartfelt address, drawing a compelling parallel between the graduates and fitted sheets, meant to stretch, shift, and make space where none existed before. Her words resonated deeply with the audience, celebrating the resilience of the students.
Today, we celebrate the class of 2025. Students who did not fold under pressure, but rose uncontained as beacons of change.
A highlight of the ceremony was the feature address delivered by Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations, Mr. Junior Benjamin, a proud alumnus from the class of 1988. He offered advice encouraging graduates to boldly use their voices, inspire others, and always strive to uplift those around them.
I want you to be a beacon of light. And therefore, I want to just use Hilltop to tell you how to get there. First, H, I want to tell you, have a voice and use it.
The valedictorians, Isaiah Guy, Desiree Jack, and Shania Martin, shared their collective experiences, eloquently emphasizing their resilience and remarkable growth despite the unique challenges of a pandemic-era start to secondary school.
What began in uncertainty has culminated in triumph, and today is not just a celebration of the past, it is a call to embrace the future. We are no longer just students of Signal Hill Secondary School. Today, we rise as beacons of change.
The ceremony concluded with the presentation of certificates and awards recognizing not only outstanding academic performances but also notable co-curricular involvement and significant personal transformation. This occasion truly celebrated the enduring spirit of the Signal Hill Secondary School community and its unwavering commitment to shaping the future leaders.
We'll take a break and come back with more. Stay tuned.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest. We protect. Everyone benefits.
Hello, New York. Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But hey, I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
Thanks for staying with us. According to Curtis Williams, head of the Tobago division of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Tobago's economic landscape is being significantly hampered by a frail private sector and a heavy reliance on the Tobago House of Assembly, THA. He also stated that the current assembly is reportedly struggling with its own cash flow. Reporter Joel Green George has the details.
His remarks come on United Nations Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Day as the global community focuses on the business sector. Williams painted a stark picture of the island's economy, where major contractors and even the agriculture sector are hinged on the THA. This dependency creates a precarious situation for businesses, especially as the THA faces financial challenges. In a call for a strategic shift, Williams questioned the sustainability of the current model, stating that business cannot be treated as a side hustle. He argued that the small grants often provided are insufficient for businesses to meaningfully scale up their operations. In a direct message to entrepreneurs, Williams urged perseverance through difficult times.
There will be challenging times ahead, and all we ask you to do is stay at the wheel. Continue to steer that business in a direction that could lead to success.
To foster a more resilient and independent private sector, Williams urged businesses to unite and work together. He stressed the importance of building support systems through networking.
It's important that you share and network. Network and sharing is an important aspect of business. So we ask you, get yourself involved in an association, get yourself involved in a chamber so that you could get that networking and that support that you may need to drive your business forward.
The chamber chair identified several areas with significant potential to diversify Tobago's economy beyond its competitive sand and sea tourism market. These include niche tourism, focusing on sports tourism, conventions, adventure and ecotourism, and bird watching. Agriculture and agro-processing. Williams highlighted conversations with the Japanese ambassador about developing niche agro-processed products. Offshore banking, proposed as a potential new industry for the Twin Island state. On a day meant to celebrate small businesses, the message from the Tobago division of the Business Chamber is a challenging one. For Tobago's MSMEs to thrive, a fundamental transition towards a more robust, collaborative and innovative private sector is essential. For Tobago Updates Television News, I'm Joel Green George.
During her maiden address at the third sitting of the Senate, Opposition Senator Melanie Roberts-Rajman vehemently criticized the government's proposed repeal of the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority TTRA Act. Senator Roberts-Rajman argued that repealing the act is a regressive step that undermines economic progress and fairness in tax collection.
Senator Roberts-Rajman asserted that the TTRA Act was the result of extensive planning and consultation, contrary to what she suggested was the government's narrative. She highlighted that the TTRA was designed to address deficiencies in the existing Board of Inland Revenue BIR model, particularly concerning legislative frameworks and anti-business regulations.
So friends opposite would want to make the population or make us here in this esteemed Senate believe that the Revenue Authority Act was passed on a whim, that somehow the PNM-led government back then just took a fly-by-night decision.
Roberts Rajman focused on the TTRA's advisory function, which she believes is crucial for reforming tax policy and attracting investment into non-traditional sectors like agro-processing, ICT, and renewable energy. She also linked the reappeal to the expansion of the informal economy, arguing that an inefficient tax system disproportionately burdens former taxpayers, including public servants.
Now, in environments with outdated, antiquated, inefficient, and inconvenient tax assessment and collection frameworks, small businesses tend to function informally in order to evade taxes.
She pointed to Barbados, Jamaica, and Guyana, all of which operate successful revenue authorities that have significantly improved tax collection efficiency and even exceeded targets.
Barbados has the Barbados Revenue Authority. The evidence is there. So, if it is that our friends on the other side insist that the revenue authorities don't work and they don't improve tax collection efficiency, what do we attribute those figures to? Because
the senator specifically addressed the impact on Tobago, noting that Tobagonians are predominantly employed in traditional sectors and are diligent taxpayers. She questioned how public administration would be funded if valuable tax revenue is foregone by repealing the TTRA Act, especially given Tobago's unmet financial allocation requests. She urged the government to amend the act rather than repeal it, accusing them of political vindictiveness and irresponsibility.
But to decide that you're going to throw out the baby with the bathwater, it just seems like it's vindictive, it's petty, it's unreasonable, and it's highly irresponsible.
The TTRA Act repeal dramatically shifts T&T's revenue management, sparking fierce debate over fiscal responsibility and tax collection. The debate continues in the Senate.
The decades-long and often bitter debate over Tobago's autonomy and its share of the national budget erupted once again this week, with the island's minority leader accusing the current administration of costing taxpayers over $500 million. During a fiery budget debate, the opposition charged that the Tobago House of Assembly shot itself in the foot by rejecting a PNM proposed autonomy bill. Reporter Joel Green George has more.
Minority Leader Kelvin Morris argued the bill would have guaranteed Tobago a much larger legally enshrined portion of the national budget.
Let's do the arithmetic. 6.8% of $63.5 billion is $4.31 billion that had this administration allowed or encouraged their friends, the UNC, to vote with the PNM to pass, Tobago would have been receiving, without even having to beg, $4.318 billion, Madam Presiding Officer. Instead, they prefer to go and beg to see if they can get $3.71 billion. That's a loss of over $571 million this year alone.
He accused the administration of choosing politics over fiscal prudence.
They traded Tobago's rightful share for political showmanship.
However, the THA's leadership fired back, dismissing the claims. The member for Scarborough, Trevor James, presented figures alleging that under the previous PNM central government from 2016 to 2025, Tobago received an average of just 4.34% of the national budget. He contrasted this with the 4.92% average allocation Tobago received under the People's Partnership Coalition government between 2010 and 2015.
Cumulatively, $3.1292 billion is what they took away from Tobago. That is the opportunity loss that they talk about.
The current THA administration is asking for 5.9% of the national budget for the upcoming fiscal year. While the quest for greater autonomy continues, this deeply entrenched battle over who can secure a better financial deal for Tobago remains at the heart of the island's governance. For Tobago Updates Television News, I'm Jewel Green George.
Trinidad and Tobago students and exchange visitors applying for U.S. visas now face a new digital hurdle. The U.S. Embassy has announced that effective immediately, all applicants for F, M, and J non-immigrant visas must set their personal social media profiles to public. In a statement, Mike Mitchell, the visa chief, cited national security and public safety as the primary drivers for the policy change, which allows consular officers to better establish an applicant's identity and admissibility.
Hi, I'm Mike Mitchell, the visa chief here at the U.S. Embassy, Port of Spain. Effective immediately, if you are applying for an F, M, or J non-immigrant visa, you are requested to adjust the privacy settings to public on your personal social media accounts. This is to facilitate the vetting necessary to establish your identity and admissibility to the United States. The adjudication of visa applications is critically important to the national security and public safety of the United States.
This affects thousands of hopefuls as Trinidad and Tobago consistently sends a significant number of students to the U.S. annually. Applicants are being told this step is now a critical part of the visa education process, and failure to comply could delay or impact their application. You're now watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Dance Ensemble Tobago presents our signature event, Tobago Dance Sport Championship and Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Lights, cameras, dance, our 12th edition on Saturday the 12th of July, 5 p.m. The Shore Park Cultural Complex Auditorium. See our dancers, all ages, compete in waltz, jive, rumba, salsa, mambo, and much more. Our Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Who will take home the Mirror Ball Trophy? Mrs. Takiana Ned Augustine, the wife of the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly. Miss Lynette Louie, vocalist entertainer. Mrs. Cassandra Thompson Forbes, journalist and Tobago correspondent. Mr. Javon Carrington, founder and head trainer of Dosfit Studios. And Mr. Julian Skeet, administrator and former TV host. After show, dance party with DJ Santa out of Trinidad. Early bird tickets, adults $200, children $75, and general tickets, adults $250 and children $100. Get your early bird tickets now from Dance Ensemble members, D&D Jewelers at Tobago United Cooperative, Milford at 24 gas station in Canaan, and the Shore Park Cultural Complex box office. For more information, you call 772-9049 and 340-5758. You can't miss this one.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Welcome back. A spirit of celebration filled the air at Bethesda Government Primary School as proud parents, teachers, the principal and well-wishers gathered to honor the graduating class of 2025. Among those present was Secretary for Education, Research and Technology Zorisha Hackett, who joined in celebrating the graduates' achievements. A major housing boom is on the horizon for Tobago, with the Tobago House of Assembly announcing a series of large-scale projects aimed at tackling the island's critical housing shortage. The news promises a beacon of hope for thousands of families on the official waiting list. Reporter Joel Green George has the details.
During a fiery budget debate this week, Secretary for Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development Ian Pollard delivered the news, starting with the most immediate project at Adventure.
The Tobago Urban and Rural Housing Corporation and the contractor selected has finally met their agreement, and the contract for the construction of 120 units at Adventure will be signed on Monday.
The housing thrust also includes the even larger Shervan housing development.
Is ironing out a few last kinks in that arrangement so that that housing project, which is a design-build finance, valued at $493 million to construct 447 units at Shervan.
The advancement come after sharp criticisms over past delays, addressing the long-stalled Riseland project, which is now set to be expanded to 130 units. Secretary Pollard placed the blame squarely on the previous central government, alleging it withheld critical funding.
I want the recipients of whose names were drawn to hear that loud and clear. $110 million withheld by the Minister of Planning from the Tobago House of Assembly to start the Riseland housing development.
With a waiting list of approximately 8,000 applicants, the THA is now relying on these private financing models to overcome past hurdles and finally begin construction. For Tobago Updates Television News, I'm Jewel Green George.
Cheers, smiles, and decades of dedication. As the Office of the Chief Secretary celebrated two of its longest-serving team members, Miss Penelope Samuel and Miss Vern Wright, honoring their remarkable commitment to public service with a combined 80 years of service. The duo was recognized yesterday for their unwavering dedication and invaluable contributions to public service. Chief Secretary Fali Augustine led the heartfelt tribute, acknowledging their unwavering dedication and long-standing commitment to Tobago's public service. As both women prepared for retirement, the celebration served as a moment to reflect on their professionalism, strength, and impact on generations of public officers. The Office of the Chief Secretary praised their service as a benchmark of excellence and a lasting inspiration to all who continue to serve Tobago. The Tobago House of Assembly's budget debate yesterday was marked by a forceful defense from the island government benches as they meticulously outlined their achievements and future strategies, pushing back hard against claims of mismanagement and stagnation from the minority leader. The debate centered on the proposed 2025-2026 fiscal budget, titled Accelerating Growth, Anchoring Fiscal Stability.
Chief Secretary addressed the minority leader's challenge regarding GDP figures, accusing the opposition of hypocrisy by questioning the same methodology their party used for years.
It's overly surprising that he would take such a position when this is the same methodology which has been used since 2011 when his party was in power. They use the same methodology to calculate GDP. So how come it was right then, from 2011 to December 2021, and all of a sudden, the same arithmetic is wrong now for calculating GDP? Remember I told you, P&M equals hypocrisy.
He also clarified the inherited debt, providing concrete figures to dispel what he called misinformation.
As at January 7, 2022, total liabilities, and this is development liabilities, this does not include liabilities for gratuities or liabilities on the recurrent side. This is development liabilities, stood at $737,321.55. The second, Madam Presiding Officer, is that the TTRA have a bond financing arrangement. We have to find in bulk to pay off in one go, not piece, in one go, $215,820,605.64. And so when we add those two figures together, Madam Presiding Officer, we get a total inherited development debt of $953,887,927.
The Chief Secretary drew a sharp contrast between the current administration's performance over 3.5 years and the opposition's 21-year tenure.
It's 21 versus 3.5 years. And if we compare the 21 to 3.5 years, this administration has done significantly better than their 21 years.
The weather report is up next.
Hello, New York! Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But hey, I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Springs. Contact 49SWIFT 4979438.
Dance Ensemble Tobago presents our signature event, Tobago Dance Sport Championship and Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Lights, cameras, dance, our 12th edition on Saturday the 12th of July, 5 p.m. The Shore Park Cultural Complex Auditorium. See our dancers, all ages, compete in waltz, jive, rumba, salsa, mambo, and much more. Our Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Who will take home the Mirrorball Trophy? Mrs. Tatiana Ned Augustine, the wife of the Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly. Miss Lynette Louis, vocalist entertainer. Mrs. Cassandra Thompson Forbes, journalist and Tobago correspondent. Mr. Javon Carrington, founder and head trainer of Dosfit Studios. And Mr. Julian Skeet, administrator and former TV host. After show, dance party with DJ Santa out of Trinidad. Early bird tickets, adults $200, children $75, and general tickets, adults $250 and children $100. Get your early bird tickets now from Dance Ensemble members, D&D Jewelers at Tobago United Cooperative, Milford the 24 gas station in Canaan, and the Shore Park Cultural Complex box office. For more information, you call 772-9049 and 340-5758. You can't miss this one.
is your weather forecast for tonight and through the weekend issued by the TNT Met Office. For tonight, expect fair to partly cloudy conditions across Tobago with showery spells and the chance of an odd thunderstorm mainly after midnight. Tonight's forecast low temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, we will see the passage of a tropical wave. Expect cloudy intervals at times, accompanied by scattered showers which will interrupt generally fair and at times breezy conditions. There is a low to medium 30 to 40% chance that these showers will become heavy and or thundery in a few areas. Be aware that gusty winds and street flooding are possible in the event of showers and or heavy downpours. On Sunday, a few showery spells favoring the morning period will interrupt mostly fair, hazy and breezy to windy conditions. There remains a low chance of an odd thunderstorm. Seas will be moderate throughout the period. Please note that spring tides are in effect. All marine users are advised to exercise caution, especially during high tides. And now we end tonight's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines. Late night drug bust in Scarborough. Elderly woman escapes Bonaccord fire. Tobago Chamber head gives warning and major housing projects announced. I am Kristen Solandi and it was a pleasure. Thank you for joining us and have a fantastic weekend.